does this distinction matter today?
Well, it matters today, not least because it sheds light upon the terrible life conditions that now afflict many Black people in the United States of America. I just finished doing or broadcasting an interview on KPFK Los Angeles, the Pacifica station of Los Angeles, with Joseph Graves, who is the McKinley Scott Endowed Professor of Biology at North Carolina A&T, Jesse Jackson's alma mater. And his book is on why Black people's health outcomes are so horrible in this country, with regard to infant mortality rates, with regard to hypertension, with regard to death and childbirth, for example. And by the way, it's not just a class phenomenon because we know that the billionaire, Beyonce Knowles, almost suffered a death in childbirth when she was giving birth, not to mention the multimillionaire Serena Williams. And Professor Graves, like many before him, have ascribed these terrible health outcomes to structural racism, with structural racism being a component element of the United States of America since its inception. That is to say, as I've said in a number of books, and others have done the same, on the eve of the US Civil War, the most valuable investment and asset in the United States of America, as then existed, was the investment in the bodies of enslaved Africans, for example, more valuable than the railways, for example. And so if you think that the revolt against British rule in 1776 was designed to install freedom and liberty for all, uh, it does not explain, for example, why, by several orders of magnitude, Black people did not join George Washington and the slave owners, unlike settler colonialism, the system under which we still labor, which involves class collaboration between and amongst those of European descent from the 1% to the 99%. How else can you explain how Donald J. Trump got 77 million votes in November 2024, his second election after trying to overthrow the 2020 election on January 6, 2021?